Hello, everyone. We are live in the Get Creative with Pace Morby. Oh, we're on the Get Creative with Pace Morby Q&A, but we're live in our Facebook group, Creative Real Estate with Pace Morby. We are also live on YouTube and in the top tier community. So welcome, everyone. And we're here today with Flaviane and Jade Jarvis to talk a little bit about Flaviane's journey in the real estate space as a transaction coordinator, how there's different avenues to take in real estate. And this is just another one of those that we're here to share with you. And let me make sure we're live and going in all of our groups here and pinned so we can get some folks in the chat. Guys, if you're here live, give us a shout in the chat. Feel free to connect with others. These are the people you want to be networking with. They're showing up to learn from others in the community. These are your action takers. So definitely be networking in the comments and we'll get those going for you guys. Let's see, pin. So, Flaviane, tell us a little bit, get us going about who you are and where you began your journey.
I am I am a mom of 4 kids. I homeschool. I started with top tier right when they launched the classes last year in July, end of July, and I graduated in August. Um, I was very fortunate that I have my husband doing deals at the time, so I got to practice on his deals, and
I love that.
it does. And then that was me, and I just I'm so grateful for Pace and Molly and all the team that he put it together. You guys, um, the the way they set it up, the top tier is just so amazing. The resources and all that we have, the accountability, the learning every day. I invest at least 10 hours in Zooms a weekly basis, just learning. Um, it was a part of my life that I really enjoy. I just love. I told Molly like this really. It came and it brought life into what I wanted to do. So
I love this. Can I ask you? I'm gonna back up just a little bit, and because I think I read this somewhere. Your husband's in sub 2 already, and
yes,
he's doing deals.
yes.
And is that kind of what like piqued your interest into top tier, or had you always been interested in real estate and transactions?
Yeah, no, it was through him. He started doing deals, and he did a sub 2. He did a seller financing, and then he did a regular sub 2. I had no idea what sub 2 was. So I was like, well, I want to make sure I know what's happening.
I love that.
So I kind of went to it, and I saw how Pace talks about the one thing that it caught my attention was when I heard Pace saying TCs are mothers that take care of the investors. And this is exactly how I feel. I feel like I had so many years taking care of my kids that I never imagined I could throw this into a career. And it feels like it's needed. Like just yesterday, I came in to help this investor, and he had no clue. It's his first deal, so he doesn't know what is involved. And it feels amazing to know and to share and to kind of save this person from making mistakes. So that's what I'm grateful for, Pace, and all that Molly taught us, because we can go out and it is just amazing to apply all that what they taught us.
Yeah, you're adding in a whole nother layer of protection for the investors, and really for every party in the transaction. It's not just the investor that the TC takes care of. While that's the client
Yes.
usually, but the sellers benefit
The
from the
seller.
TC being there, the title company benefits from the TC being there, like, everyone is able to navigate through that transaction so much more efficiently when a TC is involved, and without fail, TCs typically catch things that
Yes.
maybe wouldn't have blown the whole deal up, but that weren't quite right and needed to be fixed, and I think that it's really easy for a lot of people, especially investors who are out there doing big things, to kind of gloss over how important that is sometimes. But
Mhm.
when you're in it and you're in the minutia and up to your elbows and all of the documents and paperwork, you really do have a different appreciation for it and how all of those details really do matter.
Mhm.
And so your mindset
Absolutely.
for protecting them is just a little bit different than
Mhm.
even for themselves.
Yeah. Exactly.
So with this
Exactly.
deal that you and your husband got going on, tell me kind of a little bit. I was reading about it. I have not had a chance to watch your episode yet, but I'm super excited that it launched today so that I can go watch it all. But I
Um,
wanted to know just a little bit, like, how this negotiation went and how you're filling in and helping your husband say all the right things and explain the situation to the seller.
um, well, he had a couple of different ones. Um, and I think the one it came up the most. It was because he got it as a substitute and he wrapped and he sold as a wrap to an end buyer.
Okay. So
Um,
is this the one in Dayton, Ohio?
no, that's
Okay.
in Dayton, Ohio. That's the one we actually was talking about, but he is not my husband. He was a
Okay.
client. He's a sub-2 student. He just joined the sub-2 on that week, and he got a deal.
Oh my
So
goodness.
I don't know the backstory if he had a deal and joined sub-2, or if he joined sub-2 and had a deal. Um, he didn't know where to find the documents, anything on the portal yet because he had just joined.
Mhm.
And so I contacted him and we started talking. My husband was able to help him find his documents on the portal. And then he actually wasn't really sure how to explain everything to the seller. And that was my first call with the seller. He's like, would you call and would you explain to him about the insurance and about the taxes? And I was like, yes. And I was my first call. So I did call. The seller was super grateful because he didn't really understand.
Mhm.
Um, so once you tell them what it's about, how does it go, and he felt so much safer, and he actually signed the contract
That's
um,
amazing.
with the, and it was an easy transaction. After that, we just had to explain to him. He was a little bit older and didn't know all the details. um, he actually was really, it was a really fortunate story. He bought this property before COVID. He was
Mhm.
supposed to invest as an investment property. He lost his job at COVID, couldn't fix the property. So he was paying the mortgage, and this property was just there sitting there. And,
Golly.
so he said he bought it up, and um, he was like gonna go let go in foreclosure, but his wife didn't want the foreclosure. She was trying to avoid it. So they were getting really tough financial situation, paying this extra mortgage for nothing. So
Mhm.
the sub-2 student came and he actually helped them on that. So it was pretty. It felt pretty good to help him out. That
Yeah.
way he didn't have to go through foreclosure and he got rid of something that he couldn't do anything about.
I absolutely love that. So in this one transaction, your husband, who's a sub-2 student, helped another sub-2
Yeah,
student figure all of this out and map it out, a newbie sub-2 student.
yeah. It was a
And
new.
then you, as a new transaction coordinator, were able to jump in and help them get all the paperwork done and make sure the transaction flowed smoothly. But you also got
Mhm.
to help this seller out who was in a bad situation
Yeah.
and keep them from having to go down the road of foreclosure and what that does to your credit and your ability to rent and all of the things. Like, it really puts you in a quite a bad position as far as
Mhm.
housing goes, and that's a
Yeah.
problem. Like
It
not
is.
having a roof over your head is a huge problem. So I am sure that this was completely life-changing for the seller and for his
Mhm.
wife, not have to go through that process
Yeah.
and go down that road. So, I mean, that's at least 3 lives within the community, but 4 lives total that were affected by you guys being able to know and understand how to do this and help someone
Exactly.
else
Mhm.
actually facilitate it.
Yeah. Yep.
What would you say is your biggest takeaway from being in the communities and seeing how everyone interacts with each other and how the deals come about and how everyone supports each other? What has that meant to you as someone from the wife of a sub 2 student, but then also a member of the top tier community?
It means a lot. I just love how Pace teaches to do the right thing no matter what. Do the right thing no matter what.
Yep.
So that's a big one for me, and that's what I share with everyone. Um, it's not always the easy way, but it's the right way. So I just love I feel that everyone in between the communities, that's what the energy is, to do the right thing no matter what. So um, that's a big one.
I absolutely love that one. That's one of my favorite things is that there's a higher standard of ethics within the community and the expectations are there that we
Exactly.
do treat each other well and do the right thing and all of those things. So it does not that that should automatically create trust because you still have due diligence to do and things like that within deals, but it
Mhm.
does create at least a sense of you're not alone. You've got this whole group of people you could ask for
Mhm.
help that understand and that are kind of the same mindset to a
Yes.
certain degree because they're learning the same things. They're learning them from the same person. So a lot of those same feelings are there as you're feeling.
Hmm. Yeah.
I love it.
What I told Molly is they launch these groups, and I see my husband on sub two, and I see myself in top tier, and they have everything set up in a way where we can learn. We like I didn't know anything about creative deals, like zero, and I was able to come and understand and apply, and we have the support and the confidence that someone is there to help me with if it's something that I'm not familiar with.
Mhm.
So that it's just worth everything. I feel like
I
that you
love
can have this amount of people just ready to answer your questions anytime you have one, and it just feels like each deal it's different and it has their individuality, and we can never say, you know what, I got it, I can go on my own now. It's like never
Right.
like so.
I love that. I know within the top tier community, we have like not a joke, but we do joke about the fact that in the top tier Facebook group, like you can go post a question in there and you will have a bazillion answers,
Yes.
like just
Yeah.
super, super quick.
So
But
that it's amazing.
yeah, but there's also multiple Zooms to get on. I know Molly she does a Q&A herself every
Yes.
Wednesday for at least 2 hours.
Yeah.
And when I've hopped into those, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so much value,
Hmm.
so much information in here and like just nuggets all
Yeah.
the time. And I absolutely love it. And every single transaction does have its own nuances.
Hmm.
So you can step into doing a sub two or a wrap or any one of these types of creative transactions and still have spots where you go, but what do I do with this? What about this one thing? I've never seen this thing come up before. Like, oh, they have an HVAC loan. What does that look like in the documents and the paperwork? And
Hmm.
how does that transfer? And, it allows you a place to go in and ask those questions and get the support that you need to be able to facilitate anything that comes your way.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that. So tell me sorry, I won't keep you all day or anything. I do appreciate you giving us your time today. I get so curious. I just all the questions. What would you say to someone who is contemplating joining top tier TC, and how has it changed your life for the better since you joined?
Okay, I told this Molly, I was looking for something that I could do as a mother. I do not want to put my kids in school. They are homeschooled all the way. I have one in 11th grade right now. And I was looking, I got my real estate license and I have it for the last 3 years, never did a thing because I was like, I do not want to do this cold calls. I don't want to make calls. And then personal training is my passion. I love to work out. I'm on the gym every day. So I'm like, in Brazil, I did physical education. I was like, okay, so it makes sense. I'm going to get a personal training course here. And I did. And I got one client and I was like, this is not for me because it takes a lot of my time, right?
It does.
I
It
have
is a
to
lot of time.
physically get out of my house, leave my kids. It's a lot. And this changed my life because now I'm able to handle as many files as I want from a soccer field, from my classroom, which is in my living room, from anywhere I can do this work. So it's amazing how I could fulfill my desire and my passion to help someone and to, it makes me feel alive, even though I'm working double now, because whenever I'm not doing anything, I'm doing TC. But it's just, if it gives me so much energy because now I feel alive. I'm helping someone. I love to be helpful. And that's probably a mother thing because that's what we do.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's just, it completely changed my life. And I believe, and they have the resources. So it's everything there. If a person has willingness to do it, what they say, it's literally like, I think you were there on our semester for part-timer. You told us about timing blocking, which saved my life. I did it. It's on my schedule. So it's everything there we needed to succeed. So if the person really wants it, it's there. It just needs to go and get it.
I absolutely love it. I caught something when you were talking that I did not realize earlier. You currently homeschool 4 children.
Yes.
I thought I read that you had homeschooled your 4 children. And I was thinking, dang, you look so young for having homeschooled 4 kids and have them be done already.
No,
But
my youngest is on 1st grade and my oldest is on 11th grade.
So you have 4 kids that you're homeschooling and you're doing TC work on top of that.
Yeah.
If you can do this, anyone can do this, right?
Yes, anyone can do it. In the way they have set up a top tier, I believe anyone can do it. I never called anyone. And I got to say, like I told Molly, we do have to do the calls. They say always connect, and we have to connect. I was very this close of quitting because I couldn't get clients. Because after my husband's transaction, I was like, what to do now? But I don't want to go on the phone and call people.
Yeah. But that's one of the best parts about being part of the community is you can go in and say, hey guys, how are you building your businesses and what are you doing and what works and what doesn't? You can hop on coaching calls with anyone on the top tier team and talk through that part of like, hey, I really want to build a business, but I don't want to do this one thing and have them.
Well, we got to do that one thing. I'm doing it. So my husband said, well, after you do 10 transactions, if you still don't want to call anybody, you can quit. And so now I just love so much. I go on a family night and I put my link in there and I'm talking to people every single day. Every single day.
That is amazing. Have you been to meetups as well and gotten to do that yet?
Yes.
I got to do a couple of meetups. They are wild, man. There are so many people there and so many opportunities to network and collaborate and work with virtually anyone you want to.
It is. It's like if you say, I'm part of Pace's team, I wanted to meet someone, and people just wanted to connect with you instantly. So
I absolutely love it. Well, thank you so much for coming and
thank
spending
you.
time with us. I'm excited to listen to your whole episode and hear all the ins and outs. But I appreciate you giving your time here too. I know the free Facebook group does. Everyone on the YouTube channel. This is nuggets right here. And thank you for coming and giving your energy
Thank
to
you
all
for
of us.
having me.
We appreciate it so much. I will let Julie come on and wrap us up. I think she might have an announcement or two.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Thank you so much for being here with us, Flaviane.
Thank you,
This was
Julie.
great.
Thank you.
And I didn't know that you were currently homeschooling 4 children as well. You're truly a superhuman.
For real, I couldn't have homeschooled my kids, let alone homeschooled my kids and done a whole career at home on top of that. You're a magical human.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, thank you guys everywhere out there in Facebook world, YouTube world. We are also streaming on Molly's YouTube. So there's definitely some folks out there too. So guys, if you're not in the Creative Real Estate with Pace Morby Facebook group, definitely get over there and network. That's where you're going to find students and transaction coordinators like Flaviane that can help you plug in and grow your business, or maybe find what works for you in this career path. Like Flaviane said,
Exactly.
not everything is for everyone. She didn't want a cold call. That's not the only option here. You can still build a career in this space.
Yes, that's the great thing about this creative finance world. You can be creative with how you interact with it and what part of it you are. It really is completely customizable.
So powerful. Well, Flaviane, where can people come find you? How would you like them to reach out to you?
Well, they can reach out on my website, relentlessclosings.com, my Facebook, my Instagram, Flaviane Campbell.
Yes, love it. And those will all be in the descriptions too, guys. And you can click them there and go connect. And again, join the Facebook group so you can find all of our announcements there. We will be back with another Q&A on Monday. And we're going to get rocking on a whole nother week of these testimonials and folks that you guys can connect with who are out there doing the thing. So thank you for being here. Guys, we are also only a week away from Squad Up Summit.
Yes. Oh my gosh, if you don't have tickets, you should get them. I'm going to be there and I want to meet everyone.
Yes.
I'm super excited.
Get in the room in real life. Let's do it, guys. Okay, see you Monday. Thank you, Jade. Thank you, Flaviane.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.